hey, welcome back to our speed duel deck profile. Hey, today we look at heavy metal raiders. Raiders? Well, it's heavy metal raiders. Hey, this is a skill based on a card that came out. This was like the second speed duel set, right? Was this one? I believe it was like the second. Hey, I don't ever really care about this skill. I think this skill is sick. I recently built a speed duel cube, and this is one of the skill I put in the speed duel cube. And this skill ended up being pretty insane. Or at least within the draft format. I think this skill is probably within the draft format. It's a fun skill. So what you do is that you flip this over at the start of the duel. You place it as a field spell. You start the duel with one less card. So you start with 3 cards. So this skill actually does a lot for Dark Machine. So the first thing is that once per turn, each time a Dark Machine monster would be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed by battle. If a Dark Machine monster battles a monster, it gains that monster's attack. It gains the difference during the end of the battle phase, and it keeps it permanently as long as the skill is face up. And then once per turn, when a Dark Machine monster you control destroys an opponent monster by battle or by card effect, you get to summon a Dark Machine monster free from your head. So it's actually a lot for what this skill does. So, but the problem is you start with 3 cards, and then you are heavily reliant on this skill. If you lose this skill, you lose this card. You just straight up lose because you have no other alternate win condition. So let's get started with the deck. So first deck, so this deck is all just pure Dark Machine, obviously, right? So we're playing 1 Jinzo, 2 Blowback Dragon as our machine. As our beaters, our big ones. Blowback is once per turn you target a card on your opponent's side to field, you flip 2 coins. If the result is 2 heads, you blow up a card. You destroy it, so there you go. These are just good. So like I said, every card in this deck is Dark Machine, so you can summon them off of the skill. 3 to coach it about this is a draw for right because you gotta make up for the fact that you're starting with 1 less card, right? Next we play triple twin barrel dragon. This card on summon. But so this card is on summon. So it could be flip summon. It could be special summon. It's just summon. You flip target a card your monster controls. If it's 2 head, it's just like blowback dragon. You destroy. So you have to get 2 heads with this card, right? And then finally, our last Dark Machine is we just play 1 Mechanical Chaser, right? Yeah, it's just a good card. I'll play the Mechanical Chaser, sure, why not? You know, right? I didn't know what it was. I didn't think of another Dark Machine to play. Theoretically speaking, you could play a third, but I didn't want to play a third blowback because then you would just be playing with too many breaks, right? So this is just 1850, right? So you could. So this basically at some point you start, if you keep the skill on long enough and you keep like crashing to your opponent's big monster, like the damage just builds up for this deck, right? Or at least for their attacks. Next for the spells, we play 2 Allures because every card in this deck is a Dark Machine, so you might as well draw 2, right? 2 Soul Exchange for our 3 targets, right? It's just there for you to get out your machines for free if you don't trigger the skill. And then for our defensive card, we play 3 Noblemen of Extermination. This just deals with back row cards, right? Because you don't play any trap cards because you have Jinzo in the deck, right? So this just deals with your opponent has so your opponent has stuff like Widespread, Wall, Floodgate, right? You can just deal with that, right? Get rid of it from the deck. And then our defensive card for the deck is 3 Book of Moves. Technically, if you want, you actually could play Spirit Creeple instead because it's also a dark and you can trigger it off of you can use it as a fodder for Allure of Darks, but I'm more a fan of Book of Moves. You lose to Breaker real hard. If your opponent plays Breaker, they say you have to deal with the Breaker because this card, like I said, you are completely reliant on this skill, and that's about it, right? And that's all. You have to make sure the skill is protect as much as you can. And then our extract irrelevant, like always. You're playing a bunch of Awakening the Dragon cards. We don't play Awakening the Dragon, so you play Ojama King, Vehicle Roy, Destian Dragoon, Super Vehicle Constructor, whatever this thing is called, Master of Oz, and I don't know, here's an Arcane Dragon. I just really put whatever random Awakening Dragon cards I have. Alright, there you go, that's the deck. This deck is actually pretty fun. I do like the Heavy Metal Raider skill. It's pretty cool for what it does, but like I said, you just gotta be very careful. Like I said, you lose to any sort of back row destruction. Your opponent just hits you with a back row, you might hard lose with this deck, honestly, because of that reason. Right, because you're so reliant on this skill. I mean, was it the Twin Barrel has 17 attacks? I guess you can get away, but you don't really have much defensive option because of that. All right, thanks for watching. Like always, you want to see another deck feature? I have a bunch of these lined up I want to do at some point. Thanks for watching. Like always, Kate, thanks. Bye.